Happiness. Happiness is something that everyone wants, but I don't believe many people go about in the correct way. Everyone aims for high paying jobs, no family time, working full time plus with 3 weeks holiday a year other than the weekend, which quite honestly are spent frivolously. Why is this bad? I think people have a tendency to go for quite high stress jobs. It doesn't leave them a lot of free time. What could be done to achieve happiness in a more productive way than any of these ways that people do normally? So one of the main things that I did, I was like, what was I? In primary school, like that's like when you're a youngin', your first like 7 years of school. So you're like up until the age of 12. I was like, that's fucking weird for me to say. I was like the happiest kid in like the entire school. I didn't have like a lot of. I didn't really know how like friends worked or anything like that then, but apparently I had a few like come the end of it, which was kind of weird. I didn't really know that, but yeah, I'd say I was like the happiest person in like the primary school. Well, like, maybe I'm not, but yeah. So, like, come like high school, like from like 12 to 18, like age 12 to 18, like it just becomes so much harder. And I found it a lot harder to be like a happy person and like enjoy like my time, because like high school is fucking like stressful. It's like stressful. There's a lot going on. Like I moved from like a primary school with like 40 people in it, like kids, to a high school where there was, I think it was like 40 people, like a year group or something like that. It was like a big difference. You just feel like a fucking, what is it? Fucking, what's the phrase I'm trying to use? You feel fucking small. You don't feel like you stand out. You just feel like you blend in with everyone. But yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, it was tough in high school, and I found like I became a lot less happy in high school. I was very to myself. Didn't really talk to anyone. Had quite a bad kind of like mental health. Didn't really have a lot of like faith in myself, and yeah, I wasn't happy. Wasn't happy at all. I was just like grinding out days pretty much. What else? What happened afterwards? Basically, the thing I did that actually helped with happiness was actually quite simple, but everyone's gonna fucking tell you this, and I fucking guarantee this fucking works, right? Is journaling and gratitude in general, right? So, if you want to actually do something like this, what you should do is, when no just do it at any time, right? Do it first thing in the morning, do it last thing at night, do it middle of fucking lunchtime, right? Every day at some point, every like the same time, go to grab a bit of blank paper, right? Or better, use a notepad that you've used before for the same thing, right? So get a notepad, write down 3 things that you're grateful for every single day, and make sure that they're not the same as the thing that you used on the previous day, like, or any of the things you said previously. What this does is, as you like run out of things to be grateful for, you have to start becoming like really creative with what you're actually like grateful for, which is like a really good thing, because you'll think of fucking things that you've never even fucking thought of. You'll think, oh fuck, I fucking didn't realise how fucking grateful I am for these fucking shoes. These shoes are fucking sick. At least I can get from fucking A to B and not have fucking Bilbo Baggins fucking hobbit feet. You know, like fucking little things like that, right? You don't fucking realize these things until you actually start thinking about them. And when you become more aware of them, as you will by doing this on a day-to-day basis, you'll start to realize that you have a lot to be thankful for, which, that's the thing, like, it inspires happiness, because gratefulness and happiness are kind of tied together. If you're grateful, you can't really help, like, if you're constantly thinking in your head that you're grateful, you can't really be down. And it's a good thing. Like, it's better than most folk. Like, most folk just like complain about everything, complain about how they don't have the new fucking Gucci belt, Gucci slipper, like fucking whatever the fuck all this shit is, right? Just start appreciating what you actually have, and then you'll realize that all this extra shit doesn't really mean anything, and it doesn't really add anything to your life. Like, fucking simple things in life will make you fucking happy. You'll have fucking being thankful for your breath within about 10 days of doing this, writing down on your little notepad. Going back to what I was saying in the beginning of the video, what I was meaning by like people going after jobs and stuff like that, to try and achieve happiness, is like, it's like keeping up with people. Like, there's a term with, like, it's called keeping up with the Joneses, right? And it's to do with I don't know, American like suburban neighborhood, and they look over their fence and they see that their neighbor, the Joneses, have got like Mr. and Mrs. Jones have got like they've got a new lawnmower, and it's better than the one that the family that you are has. And so the family that you're in, the mum and dad decide that they're going to go out and get a lawnmower. They're going to get the same one just to keep up with them, and it just eventually this goes on. It goes on, and their entire life they're spending the money to just basically keep up with whatever it is that the Joneses are buying. Like, it's just a figure of speech, but it basically implies that you're not buying the item to meet the need that you're like actually, like, you're not solving your own problem. You're just basically solving a problem that wasn't a problem, which means you're basically just wasting your money, like that kind of thing. But anyway, the idea behind that is, people just think that like money leads to like the most happiness because of that. So if you have more money, you can solve all these problems, right? They're not actually problems though. A lot of these things would be solved by like cutting the grass yourself. Like, grab a fucking pair of tiny little scissors and just spend like the entire afternoon just chopping away tiny little things. Sorry, I'm a bit carried away sometimes. Like, just fucking stupid analogies. Like, I don't know, there's you fucking little tiny little scissors waiting fucking like 4 hours to chop your grass down instead of just getting something better. Sorry, that's so fucking stupid. Bending over backwards to get as much money as you can in order to like buy all these things that everyone else has, and you want to like be just as good as them, right? It doesn't actually solve the problem that you're facing. Happiness doesn't come from these kind of purchases. There's several studies online that show that it's nothing to do with these kind of things. It's more to do with what you spend your time on, your social life, your family, your mental well-being. All these things impact your happiness in far greater extent than any of these like materialistic items that you could buy. Okay, so what's to take away from this video? If you try the gratitude journaling, basically you don't have to do this for the rest of your life. Hell, you don't have to do this for like a month, right? But if you try it, I'm pretty sure you'll have good results. I did it maybe about 3 years ago. Probably started doing that. I haven't done it for like maybe 2 years. But what we're aiming for is not to just write these things down, but we want you to really, really think hard. Try and do it for as long as you can, right? And I want you to really think about the things that you're grateful for. Again, like I said, don't write down things that you've already written down before. Write down new things each day, and hopefully you'll come up with some really, really weird things that you never even thought of, that you actually are grateful for. Like, I don't know, your cactus. Thank goodness you don't have to water it. Like these are weird things that you don't even think about, that add value to your life. And really, the moment that you start realizing and take a moment to think about all these things that are at the back of your mind, or you don't think about, you're neglecting them. You're not realizing that there's all this positive. Well, there should be all this thankfulness towards them, and this thankfulness that you might have, could then lead to happiness. If you actually do get in and out of this, and you do try it, if you do get something out of it, then leave a comment and let other people know that they should get trying that. But yeah, find any value in this, then leave a like. Thanks for watching. Get involved.